From cattle prices to crops in the field, without question, the weather and its unpredictability is on the minds of Oklahoma producers. And that's what led to an entire day devoted to this topic and how it impacts Oklahoma agriculture. On the heels of the toughest wheat crop outcome in more than a half century, just in time for planting season, it's time to talk weather.
We're seeing much more erratic wheat yields across the state. We've seen devastation to our cattle herds, and so folks are really looking at those weather patterns to try to get a handle on what they can expect.
The first ever Oklahoma Ag Weather Symposium, bringing together producers, commodity leaders, scientists, and extension experts.
That's why we figured it'd be good to come to the National Weather Center to maybe look at some of the data and some of the predictions that they're going to have out for us today. So producers can maybe kind of plan and see what they're up against, maybe long term, even the next 5 to 10 years.
Wow, the weather, has been anything but predictable except for the drought.
OSU's wheat genetics and breeding expert Brett Carver and other scientists say these prolonged conditions translate to valuable research and insight.
This has given us an opportunity to select for drought resistance that we have not had the opportunity before. And one of the interesting things about last year was we just had drought. We didn't have all these other factors that interfered with drought, and so we could concentrate on how the plant was responding to the lack of water.
In his area, Carver believes producers are more open to seeking a number of management solutions to weather challenges. Case in point, producer David Gammill of Cotton County, who is always adapting.
We'd had a disaster the year before, and so we fertilized for a good crop and put herbicide and fungicide one year because the crop looked so good, and then the drought would kick back in, and then the late freezes would kick in 2 of those years, and we'd still lose the crop.
Gammill's also exchanging ideas here with fellow farmers.
We look for how other producers have handled it, and we also come here to listen to the weather experts and maybe get some hope that we're nearly to the end of it.
The overall message: weather is complex, and there are no simple answers.
Yeah, I'm just going to give one angle of it, and that's through genetic improvement, but there are many other ways to do that, and hopefully they'll understand how all those combine and come together to make wheat production and agriculture production in the state so much more successful.
And I think everybody's experience from the different regions of the state are going to be different, and so I think it gives everybody else perspectives from maybe different producer approaches in those regions as to some of the things that they're dealing with that they might not necessarily be dealing with now.